What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy and welcome back to another transfer targets for the summer of 2015 video. Now, I know the City one aired yesterday, but today we're moving to the other side of Manchester and onto Manchester United, as it was requested by one person in the comments. Starting off with their outgoings, well, I think Falcao his future is pretty much certain. We can move him into the under-18s. I don't think will be renewing any sort of contract deal with Manchester United, and unfortunately I think the same goes for David De Gea. He's a quality keeper, but I think he will end up trying to go back to Spain, to his homeland, and play for Real Madrid, so they can get rid of Casillas, bring De Gea in and have Spain's #1 goalkeeper once more. So he'll be leaving. The other three contenders that I think will probably leave this summer, one is Johnny Evans. I know Everton are scouting him at the moment, and I've given him benefit of the doubt for so many years and said let him mature, but he's the oldest defender at the club at 26, and I don't think he's got much of a future within the United ranks. So Johnny Evans will be moving to the other sale. I will go for, all these are going for sales, by the way, apart from Falcao, who will just be not offered a new contract. Next one is Ashley Young, just for the fact I think few people that I've brought into the team will mean that someone like Ashley Young will have to come out, and I feel like there are other alternatives for him as well. So Ashley Young is moving to the under-18s. The last one is Adnan Januzaj. He hasn't really been featured much in this season under Louis van Gaal. He's been mainly a bench warmer, and I think he will not leave the club permanently, but go out on a loan deal somewhere, maybe to somewhere in Europe, or somewhere maybe in the Premier League, to a club that will play him first hand, so they can see just around the corner what he can do in the Premier League. And before we start into the transfers I've picked out that they might do, first of all we add Memphis Depay to the team. Now the reason I'm bringing Memphis Depay, that's one of the reasons why I got rid of Ashley Young, was Memphis Depay comes in and then you've got really much a like-for-like switch. But we'll move straight on, and we'll go the usual way of keepers, starting from the bottom, from the keepers, and then moving up. Personally, I feel United are alright with keepers. Victor Valdez, he may not be a constant feature this season, but I feel like he's still a good goalkeeper, and United will be happy to have him as their #1. I'd happily have him as #1 if I was Manchester United manager. And with a player like Lundgaard, who has still got a year left on his contract at Manchester United, don't know if he'll try and get sold or try and force a move away from the Old Trafford, but he will come in maybe as a backup, and I don't think there'll be much need to spend money there, with many people saying Asmir Begovic or Petr Cech maybe coming in as a replacement for David De Gea. Into the defence, I've picked out two players because I feel like, as much as like Blackett and McNair have done well this season, I think maybe one of them, if not both of them, will be coming out because Rojo, Jones and Smalling are all playing pretty well. So we're going to loan them out and get rid of them from the squad. And the player we are going to bring in a defence, first of all, is a player that, I feel like is really good, and he's been linked with many clubs, Ezequiel Garay. He's a player that currently isn't really doing much. I think he recently got into Team of the Year on EA Sports and everything, but he'll be coming in because I feel like a lot of players, or a lot of clubs, will be scouting around him, and it gives you that sort of leader defender that you're looking for, the experience that they've got around Europe now that they are secured into the Champions League for next season. And the next one to sort of complete the defence, I'm not sure whether this one will be done, but we're going to add him in anyway, is a player that's been linked with absolutely everyone this season. It's Virgil van Dijk. For the simple fact, he had a fantastic season with Celtic. Again, he's got his first team of the season cards in the FIFA games, and rightly so. He's performed well, he's done well, and he's deserved it. So we're going to move on to midfield. I've scouted out two possible central midfield players that they could have, simply because you look at their midfield and they've got Blind, Fellaini, Herrera, and Rooney can sit back there if you want. You want Mata, can have back there, you can have Di Maria back there, but as far as midfielders go, you have 3. I've just noticed you have 4. I've just realised there is no Michael Carrick. There he is. Add Michael Carrick back in now. I knew it was missing something, but you got 4, sorry. with Michael Carrick. I feel like these two midfielders will really bolster one for for now, which I think is looking like it's going to happen, and there's no point delaying it. It's Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba, he left United a few years ago on uncertain sort of agreements about his future, about his playing time, so he'll be coming back to United. I feel another one I feel like they should look at, and they could easily get. I'm predicting another route of the Southampton team, but I'm not sure how to spell it. Oh, there we go. James Ward-Prowse. He's a player that's featured a lot in Southampton's recent times. He's a really good player. Seeing that his age-wise, he's doing all right. He's got that's Paul Pogba. Sorry, James Ward-Prowse. His age-wise, only 19. He was featuring prominently when he was 17. He's already got a wealth of Premier League experience under him, and so I feel like he'll definitely be coming into Manchester United if they are looking into him. He looks like a great player. Now we've got two, I'd say, attackers, one winger and one central striker, and then we'll move on to what team they could start with at the start of the season. The winger I'm looking at, and I feel like may go under a few radars, but it's Pedro of Barcelona. Now I'm not going to find him here because I just realised there is loads of Pedros, so we're going to be doing it through the position wise and then right winger. But Pedro's gone under a lot of radars, and I feel like he won't be willing to sit there again in another season and just get played every once in a while, because when you've got on a front three of Neymar, Suarez and Lionel Messi, then you're obviously going to be sitting on the sidelines. So I feel like Pedro could be a good signing. He'd come in, he could bolster their wings, and if you look at their squad, the wing wise they've got, bearing in mind Valencia's probably going to be in the defence, you've got Pedro on one side, Depay on the other, you can have Mata there, you can have Di Maria there. The results are looking pretty tasty. Now onto the strikers, we've already got rid of Falcao. I feel like James Wilson will probably, I think he'll be allowed to go out on loan. They were considering it at the end of this season, and I feel like, although he might have matured, I feel like they've given him a full season out on loan, maybe a Championship club or a Premier League club. Someone like Bournemouth might take him on for a season, but I feel like he's going to be loaned out. And the last player we are going to put into Manchester United's team is someone that again is linked with everyone, Jackson Martinez, and rightly so. He's had a fantastic season with Porto. I think he's picked up, like everyone else that I've pretty much mentioned, another team of the season card, and that completes United's bill. It's an all-round good team. You may look and you think, one right back, one left back. Valencia's playing right back. He's pretty much turned into the right back with Raphael there, trying to fight off the injuries. You've got Luke Shaw and you've got Daley Blind that can play there. If Blind plays back, you feel like the midfield could be hindered, but you've got 5 world-class midfielders as well as people that can slot back too. And wasting no time, we're going to go on to the formation that they might play. I don't think it'll be anything like this. It could be something along the lines of this, with just the general sort of midfield that goes with it. You could have something maybe like this with Carrick going back. I think it'll just be like 3 in the middle. Oh, my voice crack there was pretty intense. Starting off with Victor Valdez in goal. I don't think he's going to be overturned for another season behind Lundegaard. Right back, straight away with Antonio Valencia. Although he can't really play there on the game, in real life I think he's a quality right back, and it really does help him on the attack. Left back wise, Luke Shaw. For me, he's done a lot of maturing this season. Many wrote him off when he was, at the start of the season when he wasn't performing very well. He was injured a lot. He wasn't in the team. I feel like now, especially in the game against Chelsea and then Arsenal in the Cup, he's playing very good football, and he's definitely one for United's future, and I believe in the future could be a good signing, although the hefty price tag put on him. 2 centre-backs, Ezekiel Garay will come in, and I believe probably start against either Smalling or Jones. I'm going to go personally with Chris Smalling. I feel like he's improved a lot. I really thought he was quite cumbersome, looking like, Bambi on ice, constantly falling over, not looking very good on the ball, but he's improved a lot this season, and that's why he's in there. 3 midfielders, personally, you can't, if he has another season like he has at this time and he can keep it up, Michael Carrick is definitely going to be in there. I believe you're going to have Paul Pogba on one side, and chances are Marouane Fellaini on the other side, just because you've got the big 3 midfielders in there, with Carrick not lacking on the height, Paul Pogba just the pure strength, and Marouane Fellaini, giving you the height advantage. 2 wingers, for me, it's a tough one. I think Depay probably would end up playing on the right, because then you've got Valencia, he can cut inside because he's left-footed, and you've got Valencia who can charge up there to Carrick slotting back when needed, as to Fellaini and Pogba can. The other side, it's a tough one. I know Pedro will hopefully, if all things go well, Pedro will be in the squad and he'll be a good signing, but Di Maria will play there, and from main striker Wayne Rooney. There's a lot of big names missing from that. You've got so many players there. You've got Martinez, you've got Van Persie, but just think about the bench you can have. If you've got, let's say, Anders Lundegaard here, you can have Jones or Rojo, and then you can also have Daley Blind on the bench. Moving on to the midfield, you've got so many options. You've probably got Ander Herrera or James Ward-Prowse, or maybe both. You can stick Jackson Martinez and Robin Van Persie on the bench, as they are both missing, and you've also got someone like Juan Mata or Pedro to stick on the bench, so you're not short of options. People may be pushed out of their positions a lot to play, but that's the United squad and the team I believe they will stick, they'll try and get. If they do this, then they can easily be title contenders like Louis van Gaal wants. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Next, I believe I'll be doing Chelsea, then it'll be Liverpool, then it'll be Spurs, and hopefully I'll have accrued an audience for this series, and they can tell me what clubs I want to do, whether it's clubs like Southampton, like Hull, and not Hull, anyway, like Newcastle that'll be in the Premier League, looking to move in with the best signings, or whether it will be big teams around Europe like Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, all those sorts of teams. But thank you guys for watching, and peace.